Top Grumps, the show where we aggressively rank off your favourite pop culture characters and now movies. Today, we're talking about Battle Royale. So, Chris,
Hey.
can you tell us what Battle Royale is about?
Of course I can, Lee. So, this is a rare one because this film's actually based on a book. Dead Trees that you read.
I didn't know that.
No, apparently. It's been trying to be, the book's been, they've tried to ban the book, they've tried to ban the film. This is a Japanese government, by the way. It's a Japanese film. Basically, it's set in a dystopian future or alternate place where all these youths are wandering about committing crimes and that. The government are thinking, this is a bit shit. Why don't we just sort the problem out by sending them to an island and making them kill each other?
I think it sounds like the perfect solution. We work
sure.
really well in this country. There's too many little shits running around that could do with being sent off to an island.
Imagine the telly it would make, though. Like, instead of Britain's Got Talent, it would be like, oh, yeah, it's deathmatch.
I mean, I suppose, like, some people have been sent off to an island, but it's just Prince Andrew waiting for them, isn't it? Hi, welcome to all new Top Grumps. We haven't changed.
Hey.
We're now a podcast, and I think Paul's putting us on Spotify, but we're still our same old deviant selves.
I cannot wait. My dog will love listening to this when I leave the house, when I leave it on.
So the whole plot of the film, it's a bit difficult to go through and describe everything that actually happens because the whole plot of the film is just, the kids get sent to an island and then this kid kills someone and then this kid kills someone and then this kid kills someone. So I was thinking we could have done like a rundown of the movie, but it is just death, blood.
Yeah, I think it's got a cult following because I don't know that many people that talk about it, but I loved it at the time. It was released in like 2000 or something, and I think 2001, when I was about 11 years old, that's when I picked up the book, I picked up the manga, I started reading everything I could about it, and it just spread like wildfire in my school because people are like, "Oh, have you seen that film where the school kids like kill each other and that?" But no, that could be us. Let's watch it.
I did watch it around when it first came out, and I haven't watched it since then until just the other week. And I seem to remember it being a lot gorier, but it seemed quite tame now. And I don't know whether that's just because films now have stepped up a level. Possibly because of things like this. Like, this is apparently Quentin Tarantino's favourite film of all time. Which you can see the influence in things like Kill Bill.
Yeah, doesn't he base that lass with the big flail in Japan on one of the characters in this?
Well, that lass is in Battle Royale. Go-Go from Kill Bill. I can't remember what she's called in this. Like, don't ask us to name any of the characters. They're all crazy Japanese names. I don't know what I'm saying. I'll get into trouble if I try and attempt too many things.
It's fine. You can attempt it. I would encourage you. I kind of just want to hear a bunch of them.
When you watched this, did you watch it dubbed or subbed?
I didn't even realise that there was a dubbed version of this because I normally watch sub. Yeah. Same with anime stuff as well.
I watched it subbed, but when I was looking, it said that there was a dub, and it was like, I was trying to put it on English because it was like, oh, Bex will watch it with us if it's in English. She's not going to be asked to like sit and read.
Yeah.
You can't force someone from Gateshead to read. But she's in the next room. If she hears that, she'll absolutely knackers. She doesn't watch this show, it's fine. So, it was all like subbed, and I didn't know if it would like be different in a dub, if they would like try and clean it up for Western audiences.
I don't know. I was looking at some quotes for this, and I don't think they'll translate very well because I'm sure one of them tries to flirt or ask one of the other people out, and she's like, "Oh, wash your face and try again tomorrow," which is probably absolutely fine in Japanese.
Yeah.
But in English, you kind of like, it's a bit weird that like.
Yeah. I found out after watching this as well that there is a director's cut with extra scenes in. I don't know if you've seen that one or just the standard one.
I think is that the one where Beat Takeshi does the calisthenics and stuff?
I don't know. I know there's a scene where there's one of the girls who it's the main bitch girl who has the gun that just steals our mate's taser.
Yeah.
There's a scene where it flashes back to her, and she's got like some creepy uncle comes around that tries to rape her, and she pushes him down some stairs and kills him.
Yes, I've seen that one.
So yeah, I had to go on YouTube and find this, but it was all in Portuguese dubbed. So I could find a Portuguese dub, but not an English one.
What was that dub like? Was it good?
It was weird. It was like Japanese people talking in Portuguese with English subtitles.
Yeah, I remember in the good old days where there wasn't as much anime on the internet as in like legit sites you can get them through. So you'd have to go on weird sites with like fan subs and stuff like that. And quite often, I used to have to watch Russian dub with English subtitles in a Japanese anime. So yeah, it is jarring. Like,
so the only like thing that I've really got a complaint about this film is the acting in some of the bits.
Right.
Like it's such a cool and badass film, but it's the death scenes mainly. Like they'll be chatting away and like get shot, and somebody be like dying in like Nanahura's arms, and they'll just go, "Arigato, Nanahura, Yushiko wa aishakata yo." It's like they come up with like this whole like they're having just a normal conversation, and arigato. It's like you don't die like that. Not that I've seen someone die in real life, but I'm sure you don't.
How would you die?
Well, I would probably just slowly fade away, I suppose, or pass out first if I was like bleeding to death. Like, I imagine you would pass out from blood loss.
If I was cradling your dying body in my arms, I'm sure with your last breath you would say, "Chris, thank you. Can you please delete me browsing history before Beck sees?"
That's not me browsing history I'm worried about. It's me Spotify history. I don't want people going, Lee's been listening to cheesy 90s pop and like see all these like... I'm not. Oh no, that's too bad. That's not on me. Spotify history. But just in case anyone thinks I was like just doing a Japanese accent and talking shite and being racist, no. What I was saying was, thank you, Nanahura. That was a lovely dinner.
How many times did you practice that?
Not enough. Like, I did practice a lot. I've got it written on my screen up there, and I had to just read it like Yoshiko wa ayashikata yo. You've been trying to get us to do a Japanese accent for ages, but it's all right if I speak Japanese.
Damn, he's found that loophole.
But yeah, like you don't just be like, mate, I've had a lovely day on this island. It's a shame I got shot. Like,
I don't know, I might. And we'll have to like. There's loads of islands off Scotland we could go. We could try this. We'll get one.
Yeah, we'll get all the nun crew up and we'll have a battle royale. Just don't invite Adam because we want to have a chance.
He can be the guy that orchestrates. He can be the soundtrack.
Yeah, I just have Adam in the middle playing his guitar while the rest of us run around and kill each other. Yeah. I've got dibs on Paul.
Oh, damn.
So, any more about the plot that you want to get into, or?
No, I would recommend watching it because I think it is worth a watch, even though, as you say, the deaths are a bit outdated. Even the effects, because I know that I think they use the explodey packs when they get shot.
Yeah.
And there's no holes in it. It looks like they've been shot with a paintball gun.
For its time, I think, do you know the collar one at the very beginning where in the classroom and his neck bursts open and it sprays with blood?
Yeah.
Like, that's like over exaggerated, definitely. Like, it wouldn't spray out like that. But for its time, it wasn't bad. And I think Quentin Tarantino uses the same exact style in his films. Even if he does a modern film, I still expect him to have that overacted, over-exaggerated blood squirt.
I'm really surprised that Quentin Tarantino rates this film because there's hardly any feet in it.
Apparently he went out to Japan and met up with the director and had a proper really nice time with him and talked about this film loads, and I think it's been quite an inspiration for him.
Yeah, well, nice. I mean, you can see it in Kill Bill.
Yeah, definitely. So shall we get on to filling in these things on the card?
Our all new brand spanker card with new categories.
So we've got best quote, best character, worst character, best death, best moment, awkward boner moment, and then our final grump rank to decide what we're going to score this film out of 5.
I've got a bit of a thing that I need to clear up when we get to awkward boner, but I'll wait till we get there.
This is a bit of
I might have done it wrong.
I'm a bit worried about this one because I've had to pick something for the awkward boner moment where it's not involving any of the because it's a class of school kids and it's like getting the word nonce. Like, don't pick any moment that involves any of them. Pick a teacher or something.
Oh, but he gets stabbed in the leg. Oh, get in.
So first up, best quote. What's your favourite quote in this film?
Right. Since this is in Japanese and I don't know if it translates very well, I've picked a best. Basically, in the deleted scenes in the extended cut, there's a bit where Kitano, the teacher, he does radio calisthenics, which is he goes out to the yard and he randomly just starts. Do you know?
Oh yes.
Do you know the exercise when he's like up, left, right, all that sort of stuff? I've put that bit because it's just so out of what the fuck's he doing, and in a film about kids killing each other, there's just a guy exercising in the yard.
What's the quote?
Probably the music and the radio guy going up, left, right. So it's a bit of a cop out, but yeah. So I think I didn't want to speak Japanese.
I don't think that's it's still in the standard version, isn't it? I don't know if there's a bit in the extra bits where he does it during the whole Battle Royale thing. But there's definitely a bit in the standard version where he goes out into the yard. Or it might be the ending or something.
Right.
It might be in after credit scene of him doing stuff in the yard, or I can't remember. It was definitely in there though.
Right.
So my favourite quote, it's not even that exciting. It's just my father was a fisherman. And
Shogo.
Yeah, it's because all the way through it's you know how to cook. Yeah, my father was a chef. And it's you know how to do this? Yeah, my father was in the military. And then the final one at the end, you know how to drive a boat? Yeah, my father was a fisherman. It's how many fucking jobs does your dad have?
No, it must be a bad economy there.
Also, his dad sells Avon as well.
That's why he's saying everything but.
Best character. I'm gonna have to go for. I hope I'm saying this right. Kazuo Kiriyama. Do you know the main bad guy, the one with the crazy hair? I fucking love him. Right. I mean, he is the bad guy, but he did more than anyone else in this whole film. He killed half of that class at least, if not more.
Yeah.
And he looked good while he was doing it.
He did. I genuinely have the same person. I've got Kazuo Kiriyama. As I've said, he literally joined up by choice. He wasn't forced there to kill kids, and I think that's relatable.
I think he probably looks like just your like standard anime character as well. Like if you have to stick like someone in an anime that's just like a bit of a badass school kid, they just basically draw him. He looks a bit Spike Spiegel-y actually, but with red hair instead of green.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had red hair. It has been a while since I've seen this. I just refreshed my memory a bit. But yeah, I just think he's amazing. I think he's part of one of the best deaths as well, which we'll probably come to after.
Yeah. So worst character. Who have you put for worst?
Right, I had to look this guy up because I didn't know his name because he's such a minor character. But it's Tatsumichi Oki, right? And he's the guy that had a tussle with Shuya, the main guy, and got an axe in the head. What a shitty way to go. Unclimactic as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he died from rolling down a hill and getting his own axe in his head. That is a good point.
It was
a good argument for worst character.
It was a tie between that and the fat guy at the start who, do you know when they just get the basically the government gives them equipment, yes. No, he gets killed straight away. He shoots that lass through the neck.
Yeah.
And then he goes for Shuya and then falls over, and then that other guy's like, is this a crossbow on the floor, like?
See, I still think he was useful for a moment because he did shoot that lass on his first try through the neck, and it was a good shot. Yeah. So if he didn't fuck up, he could have still had some more effect and stuff. Who was your first one that you said? Or the axe in the head guy?
Yeah.
For me, I've put Nariko Nakagawa. Is that the main lass?
The lass.
Yeah, she does now. Yeah. It's like was it Shuya Nanahura? Was that the main character? Yeah. He pretty much does nout. Apart from, at least at some point, he does run out and distracts Kazuo by running away and getting shot at for like a good mile run across this coast. But Nariko Nakagawa does nothing. She just sits around and eats dinner while everybody else does the work. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it now, right? The only reason why Shogo Kawada, you know, the guy with the bandana.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason why they teamed up is because them two were that pathetic. He was like, I think these guys need protecting.
Yeah. Like, she was useless, and he was just... the other... Shuya was just like, oh, God, I better get a blowjob out of this at the end.
He did get head.
I suppose, yes. Best death. What would you consider the best death in this movie?
Right, actually, this links into it because this is the moment that Shogo and Shuya get head. It's when Kiriyama chops this guy's head off, puts a grenade in his mouth, and lobs it through the window.
Yeah, that's fucking mint.
I mean, the prosthetic for the head, it looks a bit dodgy now, but when I first watched it, I was like, fuck, Jesus, that's amazing.
No, that's really fucking good. Mine, I've gone for more like comical value. One of the first, I think it might be the first death in the whole movie, where, what's it called? Not Katana. Catan? No.
Kitano is the teacher.
Where one of the students just speaks and he's like, I said no speaking, and he just throws a knife and hits him perfectly in the head. It's like, what kind of teacher's this?
That is a class shot, though. I think that was the moment where you're just like, because, I mean, if you tell a bunch of kids to do something, like, of something serious that's a bit like preposterous, they'll all be like, I didn't believe these are a bit weird, especially when none of them go to school and that.
Yeah.
So now they're just like, oh yeah, he's not taking the piss. Yeah, he's actually serious.
Like that's almost as brutal as like Paul's school stories. With Sunderland kids,
those are brutal.
Best moment. What about that?
Oh, right. I think this is going to be weird because I wrote this down and I was in a weird mood. So I think the best moment is Shuya finding his dad after an asphyxie wank gone wrong in his flat, and he's reading the toilet paper suicide note.
What did the toilet paper say? It just says, like, go, Shuya, you can do it, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what is happening here? His mum nicked off as a kid, and then his dad, who brings him up, topped himself and wrote, "Go on, son, you can do it" on a bit of toilet paper after he's hung himself.
It does look like he was having one of them asphyxiation wanks as well, mind.
Yeah.
Just good old strangle wank.
What about yourself? Best moment?
I thought when Kitano gets up to answer his phone. So, like, right at the end.
Oh, yes.
They shoot the shit out of him and he's, like, lying dead on the floor and his phone rings and he's just like, oh, fuck's sake. This dead guy gets up just so he can go and tell his daughter that she's a dick.
Yes. Oh,
like, how stubborn do you have to be to want to get the final word in an argument? And it's like, I'm not ready to die yet. I need to tell you what I think of you. Fuck you.
To be fair, it's relatable. You do the same. But you and all your wanker. Bye.
But he's a nonce, isn't he? Like,
well,
was he trying it on with Nariko Nakagawa?
So apparently, right, I've read into it because I thought the same, because he gives off Nancy vibes.
I didn't know whether he was trying to be a father figure to her or if he was like...
That's what it was. Apparently, he reminded her of his daughter, plus she was the only one that was like not a dick to him. Do you know when he had the at the start when he had class and he has a big X on the board saying no class today, no one turned up. So she turned up and she's like, oh no, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. Let's go to the river and do whatever. Hey.
Like, I can't remember what he was saying to her at the end, but it was definitely like, oh no, man, why? Like, it was very creepy.
Yeah. I think in the director's cut he says, "Can I have a blowy for the road?" But I'm not sure.
It rings a bell. Right, and now. Did you do your best moment? You did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I kind of want, for the next one, I kind of want to clear up something. So the next one's awkward boner. I've put it as in, like, someone on screen has a boner and it's weird and awkward.
Right.
Not me getting an awkward boner, because I would be proud.
Right, so what is it?
So, right, I've put, Kitano, the teacher, when he comes into the forest and gives Noriko, the main lass, an umbrella, it's just a weird moment where you're like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. So that would be the worst moment to get a boner. When your teacher catches you in the woods.
Well,
is this like when you're in the woods and you find the magic pawn bush and there's like that old 90s pawn mag that is like wet and fading away and it's like, oh, boobs, and then like, oh no, my teacher's quarters.
He sensed the boobs. Oh yeah, because I remember growing up getting bush porn, and then later on in the early noughties, you used to get the ones with, I used to find loads of CDs.
I never found CDs. I do need to clear up like the term bush porn as well, not to be confused with 80s bush porn.
Yeah.
Because 80s bush porn is everybody had a bush, but 90s bush porn is where you would go into the woods and there would just be a bush somewhere in the woods, and for some reason somebody had stuffed some porn in there, and it's like, why? Mm-hmm. Like, did somebody come out in the woods for a wank? Like, oh, missus, I'm just out to take the dog for a walk. Oh.
Oh, what's that magazine on your arm? Don't worry about it. Bye.
What were you going to say, though? Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think it's awkward that the teacher's got a boner for this Noriko, this school child.
Yeah, it's like, said like he definitely has some Nancy vibes going on.
Yeah.
My awkward boner moment would be, do you know the woman on the TV at the beginning where she's like,
Yes.
"Hello, everyone." I don't know if she's Irish now. It sounded like fucking Mrs. Brown.
Doubtfire?
I was Miss Doubtfire. Hello, everyone. But she's like, you're all participating in this thing. You get to kill each other. But
Hey.
she was pretty fit. It would be like, who's this girl? She's saying that we all have to kill each other, but do you know if she's got an OnlyFans?
Before you say anything else, you do know that she's 12.
No, she's not.
No, she's not. I'm only joking.
No, she was like at least like mid-20s, early 30s, something like that. Just to clear the air for anyone watching. Chris is trying to make us look bad.
Or listening now.
Yeah, on Spotify.
Hey.
Right, so final thing is our Grump rank. So we're just scoring out of 5 for this, aren't we?
Yeah, no dodgy numbers. So Jake will be happy.
Yeah. What are you going to score this?
I'll give it a solid 3 out of 5. It's just above middle because it's not perfect because I think it's a bit dated. Not many people have watched it, I don't think, but I still really enjoy it.
Yeah. I've gone a little bit higher. I've gone for a 4 because it is a really good film. It's got some badass scenes in it. The acting could be a little bit better. And the effects are dated as well. And if those two things just up the game a bit, then it would be worth a 5. But mainly the acting just drops it down for me. Otherwise, I would give it a 5. It is a like you said earlier on. It's a cult film. Like it's got a cult following, and it has that for a reason because it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like even
I can't remember seeing anything like this before this as well.
24 years since it came out, and people are still watching it. We're sitting talking about it today because it's such a good film.
Yeah.
Even the logo. Look at the logo. That's a badass logo, that man.
Yeah. I know. Should we get matching tattoos of it?
No. If we're going to do tattoos, we have to do the pick the other person's tattoo thing that we've been talking about in the Discord.
Oh, should we do that?
I would do it as long as we don't have it somewhere like on my face or anything like that.
I think we should decide the location, but the other person can decide what it is.
No, you mean like the person getting the tattoo decides the location?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right, yeah. I thought you meant like if I was getting a tattoo, you would pick the location and I have to decide what it is.
Oh, nah. To be a nose or something.
No. Jake hates this idea, by the way. Like, it's the worst idea ever spoken into existence. But
be fine.
It will be funny. It will create good memories and bonding friendships.
Much like Battle Royale.
Bonding, not bondage friendships. We've already got that with Donna. Every SunnyCon, that 3-day weekend. Where we have to take turns in that cup chair. We are going to pick the next 2 episodes now as well, aren't we? We've each got a wheel.
Yes. I've got a mix of, now that we're doing films now, we're not totally giving up on the characters, so I've got a mix of films and characters on mine.
Same.
Are you going to get your little wheel out?
My little wheel. Look, it's a lot bigger now. Oh, that's not the right screen.
What's going on?
So
I've never seen this, actually.
ta-da! Yeah, I've got my screen set up in the background. So.
But yeah, George, this is going to be amazing for people listening. Oh, right.
Oh.
What, do you want to go first?
I've got a really good one. Paul probably will want to be on this episode. Indiana Jones.
Oh, get in. Oh, I like that. Which are we doing the character?
We'll decide whether we're going to do a character or a film between things.
And
we'll give Paul the choice if he wants to come on.
Cowboy hats?
Oh yes.
Get in. Oh yeah, mine. I've got a little film called Tokyo Gore Police.
Right, that's the film that is in the top right corner over there.
Yes, it is.
That looks absolutely insane. Like, you can't, like, it just cuts off the woman in the top right corner, but she looks like some kind of, like, gimp slave with swords for limbs or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in years, but I've got it on DVD actually through there. What I remember happens in it is when you cut, there's these mutants where if you cut the limb off, it grows back as some kind of mutation. So there's one woman who has her legs cut off and it comes back as like a crocodile's mouth, right. And she's in a brothel and things happen. But yeah, it'll be fun watching it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Even just from seeing when I was redoing the background for this, like the movie stills for that film, it was like, what the hell is this? I've never heard of this, but it looks mental. I want to see it. So I'm looking forward to that one.
To be fair, I wonder if we could do a watch along in the Discord or something like that.
Yeah, we'll sort something out.
But anyway, so Tokyo Gore Police and Indiana Jones.
So yeah, so we'll be back with one of those next week. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Spotify now, I think. I think we're on Spotify. I didn't check the messages properly because I've been out shopping, but Paul put a screenshot of something in of us as a podcast.
Yeah.
We're a podcast.
Hey! I know, it feels weird now, eventually. We've been upgraded from a web series to a podcast.
We'll have to see if we can get those wonk ladies downgraded to a web series now.
Yes, we've got an ongoing Discord war with the wonk ladies. So if you want to be on our side, just join and start we'll figure something out.
Join the Discord and be a grump, not a wonk. That's not the end of the show. That's not the saying. But no, the wonk ladies are amazing. It's International Women's Month, so go and check out. I don't know if we've got an episode coming up or if it's the one that was already on Saturday just gone. So
when this is out, they have a International Women's Day, which is the 8th of March special with a guest.
Yeah.
Who is I just watched it before and I can't remember the name now.
I watched like a bit of it, but I'd been awake for ages and I fell asleep. Any ideas what they've got? Yeah, well, they've got a guest and they're amazing. Go and check that out. And yeah, don't be a grump, be a top grump.
Hey!
Top grumps! Top grumps! The bad boys are none are back again. You won't catch us scoring out of 10. And we